Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be something different because I forgot to turn on my mic. So this will be a voiceover, and I couldn't trash this episode because this is a very important episode. This is a part of, this is pieces to the puzzle. So if you're new here, my name is SimHerDown, and welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like, and let's get on with this voiceover. So Dante is on another date, like a little hookup, just a quick hookup. I'm not sure if he is truly feeling this young lady. The conversation was very boring, and just didn't really talk a lot. But we're here. Her name is Chantel Perkins. She actually was in the same building of them when they go to therapy. So she is a psychotherapist or family therapist. I'm sorry. And she's really cute, very much pretty. And like I said, I'm not sure they really truly hit it off to know, but I feel like I need to build him his perfect lady, and I'm going to do that in the next part. Or I'll probably just like make a video of me making who I feel like is going to be it. Like at that, we're not playing no more. Who I make is going to be who Dante is going to be with. Also, in the next episode, we will probably be leaving. But yeah, for whatever reason, their club has started as well. So yeah, that was a lot much. I don't know why. I guess because they went to a bar. I'm assuming that's why like the club had started. So I decided to end it because I was so confused. Like, why is the club starting when I'm supposed to be going out on a date? So, yeah, like I said, this was very much quick. They didn't even like go into the bar. They stayed outside, and that was it. They chopped it up for a little bit, and like I said, I don't really know if they really are, like, if this was a match or what. They both were flirty, but like, yeah, like I said, I'm not like 100% sure if this was a match. So, and I was showing that he gets child support. He gets about like $4,000. I feel like he should be getting more, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. $4,000 will do. But yeah, I mean, I like Chantel. She's very pretty. I really am looking for someone who has a kid. I just really want that blended aspect when it comes to this. Um, so like I said, I think I'm going to make um his his queen. So I was just going through the buffs, and like I said, he was very bored of the conversation. So yeah, even though he's flirty, I just still don't think he was really truly feeling whoever. Now I did want them to go down to the bar, but it wasn't allowing me to order drinks. Although I clicked like that first bar, when I clicked the bar that the lady was standing at, it still wouldn't allow me. So it was like, it was pointless. So I just gave up after that because it was almost over anyway. So I just gave up. Like I said, it didn't like feel like this was it anyway. So it wasn't no point of even trying to go any further with this gathering since he was bored of the conversation. So we definitely ended. Um, I think we ended it coming up. Like we talked here and there. I think we told her a couple things. Asked if she was single. Exchanged names. And I think this is why I like exchange names. And that was pretty much it. Because these gatherings go by so fast. It was like before you know it, it was time to go. So it wasn't much. But yeah, I'm really thinking that this next one, um, whoever I built, I think I will make sure it's his queen, because I gotta stop playing. Like, these dates is cool, but he really, it's been like the timeline of when the official, divorcing has been a good minute. So it's time for him to be serious. And like I say, we're gonna be moving, and I just think new beginnings all around. So new house, And I'm thinking about getting him a new job because he has not been um, getting any promotions, and I don't know why. He do everything he needs to do. So this is why I decided to end it because she hopped on the phone. It was like, girl, mm, you hopped out on the phone. You ain't paying me no kinds of attention yet. It's time for me to go. Like, what's the point? But yeah, new beginnings all the way around. New house, new lady, new job is what I'm thinking. And yeah, it is time. It is time to get a female figure in the house because let me just say, moms is not around at all. I mean, at all. So, we're going to be going home pretty soon because, like I said, this wasn't it. I think he was over it by the time he got there. She didn't seem interested, and neither did he. So, we're going to be going home. And then she picked up the freaking Rubik's Cube. Like, it wasn't it. Like, even though it said it was a match, it wasn't it. So, we're going to be going home and trying on another date. So, yeah, so we're going home and all that good jazz. So we pulls up and Kayla isn't home. Kayla isn't home. DJ is up. It's past his bedtime. Although they was on like a 3-day weekend, but still, well, a 3-day holiday. I don't know what the holiday was. I'm assuming it was like teacher conference because they was out for like 3 days. DJ was up past his bedtime. Kayla wasn't nowhere to be found, and it was almost time for Kayla. Like her view was coming up. And we all know Kayla. Like, girl, you just pushing the limit. You are literally pushing the limit. So I got Dante to do what he needed to do, and then he was gonna wait up because he was getting tired. So he was gonna wait up to see if Kayla was gonna come in at 11, or was she going to come past. So he took a shower. Everybody was getting themselves ready for bed. And like I said, by the time he got out the shower, brushed his teeth and all, Kayla was not home. And it's truly just crazy because I feel like, although it may seem like Dante is like up in the air, I think he's starting to get his groove on, the kids and making sure that the home stays straight. Like he called on a maid. He making sure he cooks breakfast early in the morning. He gets up bright and early. I feel like he's starting to come around with being a single father, and it just sucks that Kayla is just still like going out of her way, and it just sucks so bad that it's like that. So we're just waiting around for Kayla, and we're just gonna see, you know, if she's going to come home or not because you ain't called, like you had left. So we're just gonna see if you're gonna come home or not. So it's like 15 minutes past, and Kayla is just finally coming in, and Dante is pissed, as he should. Excuse me, as he should. Like the disrespect is getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand. It's just too much. It's literally too much to handle at this point. So Kayla is just strolling in. She's just strolling in like a bad bitch. And I'm just like, girl, is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? So he is pissed. He's pissed because he's sick of it. You know, he noticed that she's not going to school. He noticed all these things and he's pissed. He is legit pissed. And he tore her up a new one. You know, as far as the disrespect, as far as, coming home late and not calling at least, because you wasn't too late. But it was the fact that I didn't even know where you were. It was the fact that you just came strolling in without no, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you strolled in, was about to go into the bed and just act like we roommates. You are my child. The disrespect. So we just gathering up the conversation and we are ripping her a new one because literally you are out of line. You are out of line. Now I did get confused right here at this moment because it was I was trying to figure out where the actual punishment was. Like, they put her on time out like she was a child, and when she should have been on actual punishment. Like, I was waiting for that where, you can choose whether or not she can't use her phone, or where she can't go out. But they like put it on punishment. I was so confused at this point. But we treat her and anyone. It was a lot. I don't think um it was something that he truly wanted to do, but it needed to be done because, again, the excuse is, well, I'm just having this hard life, and I'm just, and it's like you can't use that excuse, but so much. It's so much of that excuse that you can use to the point that we can't feel sorry for you anymore, because it's not like I'm not doing what I need to do. I get it. It is hard. We all lost a part of us. I lost my wife just out of the blue. She decided one day she didn't want to be in our family. Completely get it. Understand, you're growing up and you lost your mother. Things happen. Your first period happened. You got pregnant. It happened without her. You got a miscarriage. It happened without her. Like, we was dealing with a lot, and I completely understand. But I'm doing the best that I can, and it's just like you just don't want to see it. You are completely just like not wanting to. So this was where that whole time I was pissed. Like, physically, me myself, I was pissed because I was like, I know Dante did not mean to say actual timeout. I'm pretty sure he wanted to put our ass on punishment because he was being rude. So he wanted to go to bed because he was getting tired. But it was like, no, we need to finish this conversation right now. Because no, he's like, I know about you not going to school, bad grades, and I'm going up to your school tomorrow, because if I get a bad report, you're going into boarding school. And of course, that's a big thing, because it's just like, I won't really be able to see my friends. I won't be able to really do what I want to do. And yeah. And he's like, it doesn't matter to me. This is the disrespect. This is what you get, basically, because you have been disrespecting me this whole entire time, and I'm not going for it no more. Between not going to school, between bad grades. She has a D, y'all. She has a D. So between bad grades, not wanting to go to school, coming in late, all this other stuff, it's just a wrap. Like, I can't do it no more, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it. So he's just going over the rules, going over everything, and it's just a back and forth because she literally did not care. It's like she wasn't like thoroughly listening to what he was saying. It's crazy. Like, in real life, if you had teenage, like I had preteens, and they don't listen. So this in the Sims, they don't listen either. Like, it was like she was going on her phone and all this other stuff. She was really pissing me off. Like, I wanted to come through the screen and be like, if you don't listen to your father, but child. So it was just a conversation, and I think after a while, I just had them go their separate ways, and yeah, it was a lot. Like, it was a lot. And it was mainly, I felt like Dante was really upset because, like, DJ sees this. Like, DJ was a baby when the mom left, okay? And now he really doesn't know his mother. Like, his mom calls here and there, but he really doesn't know his mom. And I think after a while, I am going to have it to where as though they can rebuild that relationship. But I think it takes a while. And I think it's mainly on Dante, needing that space before he can allow a relationship, a cordial relationship, so that way, she can come over and be with the kids, or they can go over there. I think they need to build that up, because ever since that whole argument that they once had, she hasn't been over. She calls like here and there, but she hasn't like just popped up crazy. So yeah. So yeah, I was just trying to see if I can like schedule a conference, but it's only between certain hours. So it was definitely like a tomorrow. I'm going up to your school, and it better be good, because if it's not, your ass is going to a boarding school, and that's just that on that. So she went out. She must have went somewhere and was drunk, cause she was tense. She was drunk. It was a lot. Like Kayla is pressing some buttons. She is truly pressing some buttons. Like, uh, I don't know where she was at, but wherever she was, like I said, she got drunk and she was having the time of her life until she got home. So she needed to eat, and I think I was just getting them all together, situated, and everything like that. And then everybody was just getting ready for bed. But yeah, it's a lot. And like, I think the main person who will eventually see the effects of it all, if it does not get, handled, is going to be DJ. So just make sure she eats, take a shower, do what she needs to do. Because it was a 3-day holiday, so it wasn't no school, but everyone, just needed to get up. He worked from home so that way he can be able to go to the conference. And yeah, so I was just like zooming through here until someone woke up. Um yeah. I think the shower needed to get repaired, so I was just getting him to repair. Wanted him to make his coffee, because I also want to have like the little quirk or whatever it is, a lifestyle. So I want him to be a coffee head. So I just been making sure that he drinks up his coffee and all of that. And I think we like tried one of the new custom coffees. Nothing special that I was just going through. Now, y'all, I'm hoping that this never happens again. I was so upset that my mic was off. I had recorded something earlier that I needed my mic to be off, and that I just forgot, because of like I recorded a decorate video like earlier in the day, and then decided to record later that night and totally forgot that my mic was off. Super pissed, because I felt like this was a good ass episode. But it is all right. So I was trying to see about going to therapy, but Dante couldn't. I hope that they update that mud. The mud is a deep indigo family therapist. I hope it gets updated a little bit better, to where as though like if something is going on, like anyone can decide to go. Um, because he was very like, he needs to go to therapy, and we do like the little therapy that we can go through the health mall by Indigo. But the actual family therapist mall that I have purposely for this family, like Dante can't go, and it was just weird. So he just came in here to eat. I don't know. I think everybody was just getting themselves together. Like I said, I had him working from home, and I was just gonna have him start working on some programming, because he did what he needs to do for work, because it's like the same thing. That's why I think I'm gonna just give him a new job, because I think it needs to be updated, because he went into work like the next day and he didn't get no promotion. So I definitely think it's just time for maybe like a new career path. Um, I wish you could make a lot of money from programming, but you really can't. It's not a lot at all. As you can see in my other LPs, Tay does not get a lot of money from doing like apps and things of that nature. So I definitely think another career path would be good. I'm just not sure yet. So I had him turn on the earbuds because I have where they can do podcasts and it's a scaling, like you can learn skills from the podcast. So yeah, we're just going through checking on needs. He decided that he wants to make a mess, but I stopped him dead in his tracks because you're not about to make a mess in my room, especially. Like, come on. So I just had him pick up some laundry, get Miss Kayla girl up, cause just cause you was coming in late don't mean that you just gonna do that. So she's gonna get herself something to eat, and I was getting everyone to do their homework, cause no one did their homework. I guess because, like I said, it was a 3 day like little weekend. So, and Miss Kayla girl, she thought she was slick because she automatically got tense and like couldn't do her homework anymore. Like, girl, why? Like, whew. It is not easy to have girls. I tell you that. It is not easy. It's not. It isn't. So it's just pretty much everyone's just doing their own little thing. You know, nothing fancy. Um, we're just getting our life together. Um, and yeah. So I'm just checking, making sure has everything he needs to do. Um, and the skills. So then I was like, oh well, let's text, all our new boos. You know, gotta stay cordial with all of our new boos just in case. You know. But like I said, I really think that I'm just gonna build him his lady because I just feel like that's better. So yeah, Kayla decided after a while she was just like too tense to do homework, and it was just like, it's your fault. You were breaking all the rules, so cry me a river, cry me a river. So, and then here I just realized that DJ didn't have any chores, even though I did, and I was like saying it while I was recording. I don't never see Kayla do her chores. Like, never see her do her chores, because I think I had her do her chores like on the weekends. I thought I ain't never see her do her chores. So, but I decided, to make sure that DJ got some chores. Although he has a after school activity, he does football. If no one didn't know from the last episode, he does football after school. But I wanted him to do on the weekend. So once he was finished, I had to change the radio because he did not like the podcast anymore. He was over it. So I just put on some music so that way he can get himself together, stop the programming, and we did the chores. He act like he ain't like programming. Like, child, you've been doing programming this whole entire time. And that's just another thing. He probably didn't like it in the first place. So, yeah. That's probably why he's not progressing in his career. So, I'm just trying to get Dante his chores. And then I kind of messed up because I forgot that he has practice after school. And his after school activities like from 4 to 7, I think it is, or 5 to 7. And it was just like, you're not going to be able to do your chores. So I had to go back in and fix it. And I think it still didn't work. So I think I may have to clear it and then restart it. So I'm going to do that in the next episode. Yeah, so I just figured it out, but I think I'm gonna redo it so that way it's right, because I don't think I did it correctly. So just gonna unload, just doing some daily chores, because I don't think well, I think I made was like on not her way or something, because yeah. Now I was getting everybody to see if they can do extra credit, and Yeah, she had makeup work to do. Like, she had so much to do. It was ridiculous. Like I said, just doing the daily. Nothing too special was happening here. Um, we've just speed through. And I think, yeah, here goes the maid. And I was looking for the upgrade, but I don't know what I was thinking. Then I finally realized that I needed the parts. So I think eventually I had went and ordered the parts that was needed. And yeah, I think she had like 2 sets of makeup homework to do. And that was a lot for her. Like, she really was not feeling it at all. At all. So Dante was still like a little off. He still had like an attitude. And yeah. But he's just going in, eating his food, made, and all of that. And then I was like, oh, we don't have any pictures up. So then I decided to figure out where to put some pictures. And I was going to put the pictures right here, but I was like, no, because we had so much pictures. So I just took off one of the picture frames and put the picture right there, and we called it a day. And it was just like, oh, look at him. He was so small. This was his birthday party that we had at the house. But yeah, I couldn't figure out a place. But then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just get rid of one of these pictures here and call it a day. And that's what I did. After my computer, because it was taking forever to load up. So I jumped from where, I added all the pictures. And 1, 2, 3, jump. Yeah, so I saved my game after that because it was lagging and it was loading up slow. And I was like, child, it's always something with you. It really is. It's always something. So I made sure to save. And of course, saving took a long time because what else is new? So I think right here, I'm probably just gonna, yeah, it was just, and then Denise called. So in the last episode, I believe it was, or while I was playing, Denise had asked about some guy going on a date, and she was excited. I was like, Denise, like, you supposed to be my girl. But I realized that, hey, Denise probably wasn't the one because, yeah, she probably wasn't the one. And that's probably, this happening was probably for the best. And we're not going to force things. I want things to naturally happen. Although I am going to make him his lady, and hopefully it will work out for itself. Because, yeah. So, yeah, she was too tense to do anything. It was like, girl, give it a rest. You're doing a whole lot. Like, give it a rest. She ain't want to do no more work. So I think I just told her to go and watch some TV while I was putting up the pictures. I was like, yeah, girl, just give it a rest. So we definitely had to do like a little family photo shoot because we really didn't have like no pictures like all together. So I am going to make that a thing. And I don't know what's this new thing with the pictures not fully going on the wall. It's like going on the back of the wall. But yeah, I was just going through the pictures. And I just probably, oh, that was like Denise. So right here, I probably was just going to speed through because it was just too much. And then I'll come back when I finish putting up all the pictures. so the pictures is done, and just getting everyone situated to figure out what they was gonna do with their life. Um, Dante's feeling much better with himself. Like I said, he did what he needs to do for work. That was a lot. Well, it was already done, and yeah. So it was like we had the people out making sure we wasn't doing what we was supposed to do. Mail had came and we went to go check the mail, and in the mail I had forgot that we ordered something for Kayla, and it was some papers, and it was just like, oh my gosh. And it's just like, I wish you can, like, the parents can react to this, because this is something that probably any parent would be pissed about. So I really wish, like, you could react to it. And yeah, so since he couldn't really react to it, I just was like, all right, we just gonna give her her stuff and like call it a day. We ain't even going to go back and forth on trying to figure out if we could react. Well, right here I did, but like eventually I couldn't, so I just gave it to her. Cause I mean, I couldn't react to her ordering it. I wish that was something from basemental, like you can react to your parents, like the parents could react to stuff like that. But yeah, so I just gave it to her because I couldn't find nothing that would be simply close to that. So I just gave up, said forget it, and just gave it to her because I couldn't do nothing. So, but it was getting to around the time I was just saying of stuff where he could upgrade. You know, it's time to upgrade things, get his handiness skill up, because that was a goal that I had, was for him to upgrade things within the house. And yeah, so I just got him to start upgrading stuff, and we just gonna call it, this was like a little filler, because I think it was almost time for one DJ to go to after school practice. And yeah, so I'm gonna actually come back when it's time for all that, because there's really nothing that was happening right here, so I'm gonna come back. So the laundry had broke, and then next thing you know, Kayla is flicking herself off in my bed. Like, what is going on? So I quickly had him stop what he was doing, because I was confused. Like, wait, what? I was so confused as to what was happening. Like, you went into my room to do that? Like, you could have literally, like I was saying, like, you have a whole room. Why would you come into my room? And like the animation, she got her computer set up. Like, I was so flabbergasted that she came into our room to do that. So I quickly got Dante to decide what he was doing, so she can stop. Like, it's too much. It's too much going on here. And this is where it was just like, oh my gosh, Kayla, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Like, you're literally doing too much at this point. You don't care about nothing. Nothing. Like, I couldn't believe it. I really, truly could not believe that she was doing that. I was flabbergasted myself. I don't know how Dante felt, but I was flabbergasted, because it was just like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, it was just like, Kayla, stop. Put your clothes on. Like, for real. I could not believe it. Like, cause it's just so much that's just happening with this Kayla girl. Like, I just don't really think she understands. So naturally, I felt like he was just going off on her again, and it was just, I think he just was so like off, because it's just like, what do you say? How do you say it? It was so much. And I honestly think that he just didn't know what to do. So I just got him to continue on repairing. I was making sure he was good, because it was almost time for him to go to school. Go to his after school. So I was just like, just go into a chat room for a little bit. But then I was like, quickly need him to get off, because we needed to sign up for the conference. But yeah, it was just like, what in the world? Like, so confusing. I just know he's just like, oh my gosh. Like, I would have thought this from my little boy, but not my girl. Like, what? So I was like, hey, look, you're fine now. Come in here and do your homework. And then I was like, I'm gonna have her roll up, because we need, she keeps getting like skating by with shit. She needed to get caught. And y'all, believe it or not, she still did not get caught. I was so confused. So confused. She did not get caught. So I was like, what is needed? Like, did she need to physically do it in front of him for it to happen? So he was like, all right, come on, because you stressed out. And then I was like, well, I know he can smell it. So he goes into the room and nothing happens. Legit, nothing happens. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Kayla, you are getting away with too much. You have got to be kidding me. Because he did not react in no kind of manner. The only reaction from that red bar was just the fact that he felt like his child was just growing up too fast because she was having sex. That was it. No reaction at all. I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. I was going through just to see, just to make sure. Like I said, it was nothing. Nothing. I was like, Kayla, you're getting away with bloody murder. And all you can't do right, like, you're literally getting away with bloody murder. And you can't keep yourself under control. So yeah. Nothing happened with that. I just was so confused with that one. Yeah. But you can't, I guess, I don't know. Like, to me, I feel like she got it made a little bit, I guess. I don't know. And then he was talking about his back was so, I'm like, sir, he was only in the bed for like 2 seconds. So yeah, it was time for everyone to get ready for what they had to do. I just made sure he was good to go before he left. And I just was like, all right, we'll sign up for the conference. Oh, but it wasn't time yet. It was like right there. I think it was like almost time, I believe. But then I was like, oh, well, let me get the parts that I need for the like the electrical parts and stuff like that. But then I was flabbergasted. So I was like, well, let me see if I got reactions on. So I had reactions on, and I just didn't understand why he didn't like notice that she was high. Because it should have been right off the bat that he noticed that she was high. Like, I was so confused. So confused. So yeah. Uh, Let me know how that works, because he didn't notice not one bit. So I was just going in, see if I can upgrade the computer. I was just trying to kill some time just because I didn't want to like do anything. I was trying to see if I could upgrade the computer. And then I think I realized I needed the electrical parts. So I had went back in and ordered some of the electrical parts after a while. Because I was going in because that's a real big goal of mine. And so I was just going in and just checking to see what I can and cannot upgrade. And yeah, it was a lot. So I had to figure out what I needed, and then I was gonna go back into the computer and get it. So I think that's what I did after this. All right. So yeah, and right here I'm probably just gonna cut because for just to kill some time, I just went in and started upgrading some stuff. So I'll be back when we get to when it's time for him to leave for conference. So we're back. He's signing up for the conference. He's just in a mood. Like I said, he's just so upset that he saw his daughter flicking herself off and he's getting ready to go. I had to get him because it was like, bro, you in your little short shorts. Like, can we change our clothes, please? Let's be presentable. So we changed our clothes and he was out the door. I think DJ was already gone for his appointment, or not appointment, child, for his after school. So Miss Kayla was just in the house in quotations in the air doing her homework because it's always something up her sleeve. So she had to call her boo over, of course, and it was just like, all right, my dad he just leaving to go to the school conference, so come on over. We gotta make it quick. Because her little fast ass was horny after she tried to flick herself off. She didn't get it. So she called her boo over and quickly was like, yeah, come on, we gotta hurry up. We can't, it's no talking. We gotta hurry up. And then I was like, look at how DJ parked his car. Like, how did you even get it up there? Like, I had noticed it from a distance. Like, DJ, how did you even get it up there? But anyhow, so we back to it. And I was like, come on. It was like, come on. We gotta hurry up. We gotta hurry up. We gotta hurry up. He's almost home. He's almost home. So, we get to getting it done. She hurried up. Because, like I said, he was almost home. Conference is only about, what, an hour? So they hurried up, and I was just like, Kayla, for real, you just can't not do it. So it's almost time. And she was like, you gotta hurry up, boo. You gotta hurry up before my dad come home. My dad gonna be home. He gonna be pissed. Like, you gotta hurry up. And it's just like, Kayla, you could have did this in your room at least, Kayla, like on the couch where everybody be at, like for real. And I'm telling you, she didn't care. She didn't care not one bit. She just knew she needed that, you know what I'm saying? So she's just telling him, we gotta hurry up, we gotta hurry up, we gotta hurry up. But when you in that groove, are you really hurrying it up? So he almost home. Like conference, yeah. He almost home. It wasn't that much time and they were still getting it in. He home and I'm just like, Kayla, you about to get it. So we going over and I'm like, who did you go for this conference for? Was it for Kayla or was it for DJ? Because he was expecting like all like this Like when I read that, I was like, you was expecting a lot now, wasn't you? Because I know for a fact she has a D. She's failing. You wasn't expecting no goodness coming from that conference. So I'm like, well, they still going off in there. So he already upset. He go in there. He go in the house. Cause this is his house, you know. She must in here. He come in, and this is where it's about to go. This is where it's about to go. So they going. They going. He come in, and he immediately goes off. I don't even think he hesitated. I don't even think he immediately went off. Immediately. He was tired. He was tired. It was at this moment that it was him. It had to be this little boy. So he's going off on a little boy. I mean, going off. And this is where he realizes within this conversation that he really doesn't have his parents around. And he dropped out of school. So this is all coming out as they're arguing. He's blaming him for all of her wrongdoing because he knows his daughter was not like that. So I was like, well, Kayla, while they arguing, go ahead and take your little pregnancy test because, bitch, if you come up pregnant again, I'm going to mop the floor with your ass because I'm going to be through. So he is heated. He is heated because he's like, you're the reason why my daughter skipped school. You're the reason this, you're the reason that. He's going off because he just can't just quite fathom that his little princess, his little girl is doing all these things by herself. And like I said, through all this conversation, he realized, he works, he does not go to school, he really has no parents at home. He's doing all this by himself, and he's just like going off. He's upset. He's going off. He's yelling. He's screaming. He keeps like going off. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. You're not going to be disrespectful in my house. You're just not. You're just not. You're not going to be disrespectful in my house. Like in my couch, like what if my son came home early? So they're going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. It's no like common grounds with this. Cause they've had a beef. Remember when she got pregnant? They had like a little beef before because it was just like, you got my daughter pregnant, like what you gonna do, sort of thing. So they had like a little beef early on. So it was no common grounds for me. Like, he wasn't trying to hear anything. He was saying, like, neither one was trying to hear it. And I'm like, Dante, in the middle of all this shit, you gonna turn on some Teletubbies? Like, if you don't bust this boy out. So, like I said, they going back and forth. Then Kayla jumps in the middle of it. He goes off on Kayla. Like, it was a lot. And all it was they just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And yeah. And all I could think about was, if she did not meet, but no, because remember she skipped school. So technically, but he doesn't know about her skipping school. But technically, she was a bad girl in the beginning anyway. Because I think like the second or third episode, she was skipping school before she had met him. It was just a lot that was going on, you know. A lot just happened so fast. So technically, it wasn't like all his fault that she was doing this. It was her as well. And I think, you know, he have to come to grips with that. So yeah. So I'm just trying to get some conversations going because it's not over. Like, things has to come to a close with this because is, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I just need to know what we're doing, you know? So come to it. I guess I don't know if he couldn't like fight him because he is a teenager. So I didn't see that action, but I was gonna make sure that he knew that we did not like him, to not come around, and yeah. And I think Dante was just trying to get it like through their head, like, you can't do this. Like, I don't mind y'all dating, but put some respect. Like, put some respect on me, like on the house. And that's where he was talking to Kayla. Like, I don't mind you having a boyfriend, but you have to find the fine line of respect. And you're slowly but surely like disrespecting it. You are doing things in the house that you shouldn't be doing, whether it's smoking. And then it was right here where he noticed that his child was high. And it was like, really? With all this arguing, now you realize that your child is high? Like, what? So that's why I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Because he just realized that she was high. So then that was the argument, because he realized that she was high. So they was going back and forth about that. And I think his just main thing was just like, DJ, I want you to be the role model for DJ. I'm not asking you to be the mom, but I do want you to be the role model because he looks up to you. And you're doing all these things, which then makes him think it's okay. And he said, we cannot have it. You had a bad report with school. You're failing. You're doing this. You're doing that. And he was just like, you know what? You're going to therapy. You're going to therapy. I mean, you're going to boarding school. So, I don't know if I showed it in this here, but she did sign up for boarding school, and she is in military boarding school. So I have to see if I can find me like a cute little outfit or whatever. Although I don't think it's going to be possible because she is in military. So I'll have to see. We might just do a whole uniform, but if I can find like some army fatigue, like, yeah. So he's still here. He's not getting off our property, and I'm like, yeah, chew him the fuck out. He has to go. So they are arguing some more, and we're just going on and on and on. I think we eventually declared as enemies, and yeah, we just chewing him out. Now, Dante decided to go into the pool. Don't ask me why. He just decided to go into the pool. So they chewing each other out. They declared themselves as enemies, and it's just a back and forth process here. Dante is just really telling him how he feels, and yeah, I don't think he cares. I don't think, yeah. So they're going back and forth, going back and forth. Um, so we just trying to, start it up, start the drama up. And I think at this moment he was like trying to leave. It's like, boy, you a big man. If you think you can handle me, come on. So they going back and forth, shoving and all this other stuff. And yeah, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is probably one of the ones where it's just like, Daddy, you hate him, but I love him, and it's just gonna make her want him even more. It was a lot. A lot was going on. He was done. He was done. It was, it was so much that you can do, and you did it all. And like I said, I think it was mainly the respect thing. Y'all don't respect no kind of adult. And it was a lot. So he was trying to leave, and I was just like, no. Like, this is my property. You was trying to leave. So I reset him, and then, which was kind of good where he was, because then we wouldn't, be labeled. Because I was like, I'm going to be his ace. So we brought out the extreme. I was going to be his ace. because this is too much. This is legit too much. I was going to beat his ass. And I'm kind of glad like it was on the side of the house because none of the kids came outside for it. So it was pretty good. And we beat his ass. I'll tell you that. We beat his ass. And if you stay around get your ass beat, you thought you was a thug. And that's all I'm going to say. You thought you was a thug. But in real life, he came and beat his ass. Yeah. Dante was like, this for everything. This for everything. I'm beat your ass. And he beat his ass. And he limped off. He ain't do nothing. He just limped off. And like I said, nobody was reacting. So it was like he got away with it. So, hey, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So Dante went to bed. Like nothing happened. But Kayla just knew. Kayla just knew something was going on. And he was about to come in the house. And I was like, no. Go back home. And I think this is where Kayla saw him. And Kayla was like, oh my gosh. Because she just started crying out the blue. She was just like, oh my gosh, Dad, why would you do that? Oh my gosh. You know, she's heartbroken because that was her boo. And it was just like, no, absolutely not. So I was just like, yeah, everyone go to bed. Everyone go to bed. You know, DJ, go to bed and all that. So it's the next day and Kayla's here because she wants to apologize for what her dad did. And naturally, of course, she does not want to go. She's not going to school. So she pops up at the place, you know, like I said, getting ready to apologize because that wasn't her doing. You know, she had no involvement with that. And she wanted him to know that, you know. So I'm going to pop up, see how you doing, and apologize for what my dad did because I love you so much. You know, the dramatics, right? So we're getting ready to walk on in the house. At some point, we're getting ready to walk on in the house. And this is where she knew he was just full of lies. This is where she knew he was just full of lies. So, you know, she's getting ready to walk in. And, yeah, he was getting sloppy top with the girl Pepper. Now, if y'all remember from the last episode when we did the whole club thing, was it in that episode? I'm not sure. But we added Pepper to the to the club. Kayla didn't really know her, but she was just trying to get close to her man. Sloppy topping and all of that. And he didn't care. He didn't stop whatsoever. Kayla was so heartbroken. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. All up in her face. So Kayla, you know, she's upset. She's upset. She's like, stop it. What are you doing? Like, don't you see me standing here? I came over here to check up on you. Like, what are you doing? So they finally stopped. And he doesn't really feel away. But it was like, Kayla, stand up. Because he's nude and she was liking the way he was looking. I'm like, Kayla, stand up. So, you know, Kayla's going through and it's like, you were cheating on me. How could you? We're doing all of that. And yeah, it was a lot. I think Kayla knew right here and then she was doing all this and it was all a mistake. Like she was doing this for this guy and it was truly a big mistake. So they're arguing, going back and forth. And it's like, do y'all feel sorry for Kayla? Did y'all think this was going to happen? I eventually knew that this was probably going to happen because he has a place of his own. Like, he has a place of his own. He can invite anyone he chooses to invite. So, yeah. So, it was like right here, we just was like, you know, I can't believe you. I can't believe you, Peppa. Like, I invite you around and all you're going to do is just be here just to my man. Like, what is this? So they go outside, they start arguing, going back and forth. And she just upset because it was just like, you really just sat there and like just stole my man. Like, we was all in this club and you really just sat there and yeah. So it's just basically like every time I see you, it's doing fight. So they going back and forth. People think she playing, and I don't really think she thinks. Like, I don't really think she know. I'm not playing. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Sloppy tapping my man. Like, girl, I just had a miscarriage by this dude. What's tea? What's tea? So, yeah, a lot. A lot. So they're going back and forth, going back and forth. He's still naked. She's still whipped because he's naked. But yeah, like going off. And this is where I was like, you know what? You need to break up because this not right. And she, like, it wasn't like she was going to keep up with his lies. She saw what she saw, and I'm going through all this trouble, and you did this. So they broke up. Um, and you know he is falling out, and yeah. So it was like, I'm gonna beat your ass just because. Although I don't want him no more, girl, I'm gonna beat your ass just because. So like I said, he falling apart, and it's just like I saw what I saw, and you ain't care when I came in. You know what I'm saying? Like you did not care when I came in. I saw what I saw. So they going back and forth, and then it was like, oh yeah, girl, I got something for you. I'm gonna beat your ass. And right here, she beat her ass. So, you guys, this is the end of it. I hope you enjoyed my little voiceover. This won't happen again, but I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.